Hello, this is a Lighthouse Hall of Fame film from the European server. We're in Fiery Salient. Standard mode, North spawn. Sebastian Potachka platooned up with Friend of Fun again. He's in his Leopard and Friend of Fun is in his Chaffee. So tier 5 scouts in the platoon. 1 artillery apiece, 3 scouts apiece. A lot of heavies. On the enemy team, they don't have any TDs and only 3 mediums. In his team, not as many heavies, still a lot of heavies, but they have 2 TDs and 4 mediums. So once again, he's in a fight where his team's a little bit more mobile. The enemy team's more hardcore, better able to defend, or if they make a concentrated push with their heavies acting together, they can be hard to stop. They do have a platoon of OI experimentals that it'd be interesting to see how they do. Friend of Fun and himself are both headed over here to the 1-2 line. Going to try to spot for their team. They have a decent contingent of tanks behind them. Medium and heavy mix. And he gets up to the place where he wants to go a little bit before the opposing AMX-ELC gets there, and so he comes in unspotted. The Roach does not, and now the Roach is running for his life. Sebastian's content just to sit here and not fire and stay hidden because he knows there's bigger rewards down the line if he doesn't give up his position.
Let's find another target.
Enemy has a lot of tanks. Oh, and the Roach is thinking he can turn around and come back up into the bush, totally not realizing that Sebastian is up here watching him the entire time. And there he goes. Makes a mistake, pays the price. And now the T-28 for some reason has pulled forward and is in the open and is dead. Why he did that, I don't know. He should have seen the Roach die and say, hey, this is not some place I want to pull forward into. And now the first OI experimental dies. There's the other one. I guess the whole platoon's over here. The whole platoon's going to get shot up if they don't back off. Both KV-85s are over here too. It may be one of those rare Fiery Salient Prokhorovka maps, battles where almost nobody went to the hill on either team. It's like, wow, how often does that happen anymore? Three tank lead, huge positional advantage. Things are looking grim for the red folk. Friend of Fun has gone over to spot the other side of the middle. Sebastian's trying to call in fire on the OI experimental. Bam. One of those guys to go. It's up to a 4-tank lead. This kind of a battle may be boring for people to watch, but trust me, If you're especially a dedicated scout and you see the situation arise to where you get in a prime spotting position with a bunch of people behind you, and you have a lot of targets lit up and you're seeing them fall like dominoes one by one, it's like, this is not boring. This is like, yes, why can't there be more fights like this? Because you know you're going to get a lot of XP and credits. And you don't have to risk a lot to do it. You just have to sit there and let it happen. And now that the enemy team's whittled down a little bit, he moves in to get in on some of the shooting fun. He'll use this guy as a shield to guard himself while he reloads and then pull out and shoot the KV-85 if the guy's still alive. And so here we go, the final assault on the southeast corner. Avoiding the cap circle so he doesn't give away his location. I guess everybody's on the other side of the tracks. Nope, there's the grill sitting way back in the corner there. Grill's going to disappear here shortly. Maybe not. He's going to ram him. Bam. Leopard's a decent rammer, especially against smaller tanks. It's not quite like the 2801 where you can take on the bigger tanks and get away with it, but against same tier and smaller tanks, you can usually do pretty well against the lightly armored ones. So he's going to pull up on top of the hill here and see if he can catch any of the enemy sitting up here. And his team's going to go on to finish Cap before they can finish off the Cromwells. So for this battle, he ends up with 753 damage and 1 kill. 44 of 60 shooting, and I didn't figure out the percentage on that, but it will be, what, I don't know, 65, 70% in there somewhere. He got 4,507 spotting damage on 10 spots. Earned 55,529 credits. Got 2,079 XP and survived the fight. Got a scout and patrol duty medal along with spotter and fire for effect mini medal. Gives him a battle score of 2,139. Puts him into 8th place on the now rapidly filling up VK 1602 list. He won the race to E1, caught the Roach moving up there. Unfortunately, the Roach thought he could make a big circle, get concealment back, and pull back up, unaware that Sebastian was spotting him the whole way. One of the things you have to be wary of when you get spotted, and you do something similar to the Roach did, is that Sixth Sense tells you that you were spotted. It never tells you that you are no longer spotted. So if you make a maneuver that you think is going to get concealment back, but it doesn't, and it never resets, the Sixth Sense will never go off again to tell you that you're still spotted. Which was what happened to the AMX CLC. Sebastian had saw him make that whole big circle, and when he pulled back up, everybody was already aimed in on him and he died. Unless you get full concealment back, Sixth Sense won't work again because you've never not been spotted. So it's hard to tell sometimes whether you regain concealment or not. The best thing you can do on a situation like this is stay away for a while. Go to a place where you know there's no possible way anybody can see you, and stay in that area for 10 or 11 seconds. Then go back. Now, in his defense, he probably didn't realize there was 2 scouts out there. He saw friend of fun, figured that guy had spotted him, and so, yeah, I'm away from the Chaffee. I got my concealment back. I'll go back up. But he didn't realize there was a second scout up there, and he paid the price for it. But whenever it happens, back off. Go to a place where there's no possible way an enemy can see you so that you know you've reset your Sixth Sense. Then pull back up forward. And from there, he just sat there and watched. Let his team pile up all kinds of damage on the enemy team. Finally, once it was down to just a couple tanks that were damaged, he pulled in and started shooting himself and managed to get a kill and a fair amount of damage for someone who didn't fire in the first 75% of the fight. From fiery Salient, spotting, and then pulling forward to help finish off the last remaining tank, Sebastian Potachka. Happy hunting.